And we are live. How's everyone doing tonight?
Is good. Is good.
Glad to hear it. And make sure I don't have it being a surprise. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it.
What?
That the stream, because I still had the window open, was going to be like, here. It'd be like, hi, how you doing? I'm going to start, giving you sounds that you don't really want. I'm going to be all up in your ear. I'm going to be annoying to your viewers. Don't worry. Because, if you have the tab open with the stream in it, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Yeah. So, all I got to say is I hope everybody's looking forward to Sporkman, because April 1st is coming. It is a coming.
Oh, I'm ready for to get this project over.
and just to let everyone know, no, it is not an April Fool's joke. It is launching April 1st. People expect they go to the campaign page and I'll just be like, haha.
No, legit.
You've been pumped. I'm sure probably people feel that way because originally it's supposed to be the beginning of the year, and then it turned out to be March 29th, and now it's April 1st. So,
being pushed back a couple days, that does tend to happen. I mean,
I would have launched, but there was a couple things this week at work was just way too much. And then I was trying to tweak a couple of things on the campaign that Slick, which I got to give a good shout out, Slick and a few others gave me some suggestions and stuff like that. So
well, plus you're waiting for like that finished cover art and stuff.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing too. Is I have a rough right now. But I really would rather have the original or the finished art to put up. So.
And that's loud. And so I may have done something on Saints Row 4 that I got to show you that I know you'll find comical. And yeah, also what's up, Corganite? What's up, Humble Marty? How are y'all doing? Alright, and why am I grabbing up the controller? I never play Saints Row with a controller.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, you'll get a kick out of this. You'll get a kick out of this. I did this simply because of the project that I'm working on.
And we got Duskquill in.
Nice. What's up, Duskquill?
Yes, so go ahead.
No, take a look who it is. You know who that is. You know who that is.
Oh, Detective Spork.
Yep. Hey, I got rid of that tattoo.
What game is that?
Saints Row 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so is that a mod you're working with?
Oh no, that's all stuff that's actually in the game because I have all the DLCs and everything. And so, since I decided to start playing through as Detective Spork, I am converting this character into only using hands and hands the power because there's certain things where you have to use the power and melee weapons.
Nice. Hey, we got PS Smelter in and Mecha Studios. What's up?
Yeah, where is that chat that I can see?
Oh, yeah, dude. Give me a sec. I'll shoot you straight to the actual... And in the Hangouts chat. Booyah.
There we go.
Oh, hey, we got Tank Ferret Art. What's up? Hail, Tank.
And in the Hangout chat. Yeah.
Yep, somebody's got some volume kicking back here.
I think that may be on Eric's end. Also, Ninja said he got some things to take care of, but he will make it as soon as he can.
All right, cool. Gotta get Ninja in here because if we get our goal, if we make our goal,
I'm hearing a whole bunch of people talking over each other.
Are we stuck in a loop?
I'm hearing a whole bunch of people talking over each
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Hold on for a second. Let me.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. You have to actually mute the one page.
What was that? You, Eric?
Yeah. I forgot that when you have the chat window open, that you have to mute the sound there, or you end up getting like that delay and stuff. It's all good.
Yeah, we're good. All right. Yeah, because we gotta get. Hopefully, Ninja will come in here because that's one good thing. If we make our goal, we got something going on with Ninja, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
No, I mean this is basically your show, man. This is all you. This is all for y'all and the ever amazing Sporkman.
Well, you're the host, so ask the questions, bro.
All right.
We cannot give the answers unless you ask the
questions.
Well, what's new with the new Indiegogo? Like, compared to the last one, what did you change? Because I understand since the last one didn't get funded, you had to go back to the drawing board and everything.
Well, we kind of retooled some things. We got the last funding campaign. We originally were going to have that comic gal do the cover. Unfortunately, though, she kind of disappeared from Twitter and YouTube. So we reached out to originally Killbox. He was trying to get him to do a cover. He did a great job, but Eric and I both felt it wasn't cover material, but we felt it was poster material. That we would do a poster with that. So then Brad reached out to us, Brad Ashworth from The Handyman, and he really likes Spork, so he wanted to do a cover for us. So and he is working on it. Right, it's one of the reasons why we pushed it back, because he's actually trying to give it up. Give it the final touches and everything. Which I'll be able to share a drawing of what it looks like. We have a semi-completed version.
You, sir, have been whiteboxed, so you have to do exactly that.
And then what else, Eric? We kind of retooled the tier campaigns.
Yeah, we kind of simplified some of that stuff going on, but I think sometimes when you have to delay stuff at the end, you realize that it's kind of a bit of a blessing, because sometimes you actually end up with some better stuff. Right now, the new cover looks amazing. I can't even wait to see what it looks like in color. And we've been getting a couple pages from our colorist, Ginger Foxy, and the one that was turned in today was absolutely stunning. And I'm not a black and white comic guy. I like color, and it's just amazing how much that color can add to a comic. And it goes from something that, hey, we really like this thing that we did, to, oh my gosh, it was almost like you feel like it was missing something all this time, not having the color. And I just can't wait to see what she's able to do with the whole thing.
And I know we felt that way when we got conventions colorized with JW. We felt the same thing too. We were like, man, when we got those first pages back from him, we're like, oh my God, this feels great. And that's kind of what fueled us to go back and redo Sporkman Goes to Japan. Was we really wanted it colorized, because color, unfortunately, it's a lot of money to get stuff colorized. And that's actually that's going to be probably 2/3 along with the art is going to be your budget. Your color and your art is going to be your major cost.
Yeah, and we had put out Japan and conventions years ago, and so we had all decided, that we really want color, and we want to maximize the products that we have right now, which is mainly those two stories. And so we said, well, you know what, before we move forward and we do anything else, which moving forward we would automatically want to do anything in color, let's bring these two other things up to speed and bring it up to what our our standard will be going forward, which is color. So we colored conventions. That was the first issue we did, and it was only one issue, so it was easier to start with that one, and then do Japan, and then, like I said, from here on out, you know, we fully intend to make anything we do. We want color.
All right. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead with the next question.
All right. So, with the starting of the new, IGG and whatnot, any like new perks you want to talk about? Anything you're really excited that you haven't already mentioned? Things like that.
Well, yeah, we're going to kind of retool a little bit thing. What we're going to do is one of the things we did was perk-wise, if everybody who backs our campaign will get a poster and a decal.
Poster and a decal?
Yep, poster and a decal. So everybody will get the kill box poster. And then the Sporkman decal done by Eric. So,
yes. Actually, you have it. The first tier is just the decal, or you going to change that?
No. I'm sorry. That's the only That's the only tier. I apologize. That's the only tier that doesn't get the poster. Is the $2 tier. But all the $12 tier, all the floppy, everybody who backs on the floppies. Will get from the $12 up or $15 up tier. We'll get this poster and the decal. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place tonight.
Yeah, and the highest tier actually is going to include the original kill box art for that poster. And the only other thing that might change is we're waiting on our cover artist to confirm with me if he wants to sell his art. So we may have that option available.
All right. All right. Let's see. I guess I'm trying to. I really didn't have any questions. I thought we were just going to have a natural conversation about all things Spork, so I wasn't prepared in that aspect.
Well, we could definitely talk Spork, right, Eric?
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's the one thing we got good. The other thing too is I'm actually in talking with a few people about some bonus things that we're going to look into getting. We're looking to possibly anybody who wants to be Sporkified, almost like how Wanpool did his Wanifications. We want to do the the Spork Army. All those who want to become Spork. So we're going to kind of do the same thing. It's going to be $15, and those who get it, the money will go towards the campaign and stuff like that to help out. The other thing too is I got just talking with Matt Weldon from Punchline, and we're going to arrange, if we get to our funding goal, we're going to arrange in getting a either a pinup or another possibly another poster or something like that.
And from chat,
Spork Force.
yes. Instead of the Army of the Spork Force.
We're Team Spork.
There we go. Yeah.
It's Team Spork. Everybody who gets Sporkified is Team Spork.
Yes, because remember, the ever-determined Team Spork. As they team up to fight the ever-evil Shogun Z.
Well, what we should do, honestly, is let for those who may not know, I know PS Melder, I don't think he's been in with the chat before, or a few others. Let's talk about who Sporkman is. Eric, I'm going to throw that to you.
Well, what you want me to start with, like the origin of the character?
Yeah.
Okay, well, for those of you that don't know, Sporkman we actually created back in, what was it, like 1996 or something?
96, 97, yeah.
Yeah, and when we created it, wasn't a comic character per se. We were just coming up with silly ideas for superheroes that would have, just absurd powers and stuff like that. And our one partner, Chris, he had come up with the idea of this character Sporkman, and he drew this little sketch, and it wasn't like he looks now. He had more like a mask, and he actually had sporks on his feet. His hands literally were sporks, and that was nothing more than just kind of a joke. We thought it was something funny, and a number of years later, as a surprise for Halloween, I made a Sporkman costume, and at some time between the creation and the costume, I was getting into customizing action figures, and I had customized a Power Ranger figure, and basically made a custom Sporkman figure, and so the costume was based off of that design, and that's part of the reason why Sporkman is red and white and has gold for his emblem and stuff like that, because the color scheme originally it was just modified off of a Power Ranger figure, but he kind of fits that genre a little bit too. So anyway, I did this costume, and about that time, my wife and I had started going to conventions, and I entered a costume contest as Sporkman, and everyone absolutely loved it. I won like 2 different awards for that costume contest, and it was funny because everyone was treating me almost like I was the character, and so I just kind of stayed in character. And my friends knew who I was and stuff like that, but a lot of other people didn't know who was under the helmet at all. And people would joke with me, and they're like, "Oh, when's the comic book coming out?" So in response to that, I mentioned to Chris and Chuck, and I said, "Hey, people really like the concept of this character. They're really, really digging it, and they all keep joking about doing a comic. What would it take for us to do a comic?" And Chris and I had both for years before we even met doodled and kind of made our own comics. I've done that sort of thing since I was very, very little, and so we were already kind of tuned in on the creation of comics type thing, and so the 3 of us decided we're gonna do it for real. We're gonna get a comic made, and originally it was just going to be a one-shot. We just wanted to be able to say, "Hey, you know what? Look, we did it." And so we wanted to come up with a story that could just be one standard size issue, and so we said, well, if we do an origin, that just takes up too much time in one issue to do an origin. Some origin stories are like, the first 2-3 issues. So we were like, why don't we just make it Sporkman is at a sci-fi convention? Because that's kind of what started the whole idea of actually doing a comic. So we wrote that story as just a one-shot, and that's how we got Sporkman conventions. And I know some people that have read it, and they haven't read Japan or anything. They don't quite know how to take it because it's not an origin, and
still hilarious.
Yeah, and so we tell people, well, the thing you got to understand is how it got created. It was never intended as issue 1, and then it continues directly tied to that. It was a one-off, and really going forward, how we've always envisioned the Sporkman story arcs is that you don't have to follow 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. They will always have their own name. Like we have Sporkman Conventions, Sporkman Goes to Japan. The next one's going to be Sporkman on the High Seas. And they're all going to be somewhat self-contained. So that way, we don't want anyone picking up an issue and saying, oh, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this because I haven't read all the other ones. It doesn't matter. You can read them in almost any order. There is a chronology to it, but in most cases, nothing is so groundbreakingly important that you're going to miss stuff. You know, it can refer to something else, but you're not going to be lost. So, you know, Sporkman conventions, that's the first issue, but it doesn't have to be the first one someone reads, because it's its own little self-contained story. The same with Goes to Japan. Although we are planning on bringing some of those characters back, we intend to do a Returns to Japan storyline. So, like I said, nothing forces people to read in a certain order. And we think that's a good thing, because personally, that's what's kept me away from a lot of comics. Was I'm just like, yeah, this is issue 429. Yeah, I'm not going to have any clue what's going on.
You're totally going to have a clue what's going on. God, don't you know you're supposed to know exactly what the character's done in the last, like, 400 issues?
Yeah, and I think for me, I think that's one of the big things that have kind of pushed me out in a lot of ways too. And that's one of the big reasons why I've been liking a lot of the stuff that we've been getting in the indie crowd is, you know, a lot of them are self-contained. You know, I don't need to go back and read, you know, 6 issues before, you know, getting into Graveyard Shift or you know what I mean? That's one of the big things. I mean, I do have a couple that I've been reading off and on, you know, like, you know, I've been doing Detective Comics and, you know, Batman and Catwoman, but for the most part, for most stuff, I'm out because it's just so many. It's too much lore to keep track of anymore.
Yeah, and really everything, at least with the mainstream comics that come out all the time, you know, it's basically like a TV series. And I'm the type of person, it's like, I don't have time for that. Give me a movie, you know, or give me a mini series. So, you know, that's what I'm more drawn to. And for a long time, like through the 80s, the only comics I read was Transformers. And it wasn't because it was comics. It was because it was Transformers. And then I got pulled back to starting to read comics a lot more in the 90s. And what really did it for me was Dark Horse, because they did a lot of franchise stuff like Aliens and Predator, which I was a fan of those. And so the great thing about that was, you know, they would do a Predator story, and it would be 4 issues. That's the whole story. And then they would maybe do another 4 Predator issues, but it would be a separate story. And that's the way Dark Horse did most of their series. They were just little mini series or one-offs. And so I was big into Dark Horse for a while because, you know, they had Star Wars, and like I said, they had Aliens and Predator and stuff like that. And you know, that's kind of how I like my stuff. I like it where it has a beginning, middle, and end, and then I can walk away, where I'm not going to be, you know, tied down for 5 years or more.
It's one of those, you already have a wife, you don't need a second one.
Yeah. So I mean, that's I think one of the reasons why you know, we write Sporkman the way we do is because of that. We don't want people to be lost or feel like they have so much weight and stuff that they need to bring into it. They could just pick up a storyline because, hey, Sporkman fighting Robo Ninjas sounds cool. Okay, you know, they can get that story. And another change we're going to make going forward is the stories are not going to be individual issues. The reason why Goes to Japan was made in 3 issues was because we were trying to kind of keep within the average page count format.
Yes.
And so to us, you know, okay, we're actually going to do more Sporkman comics. We want to go bigger. We want to go 2 issues. And we found out that it wasn't going to fit, and we were going to have to add a 3rd issue. And so we tried to keep everything kind of within that page count. And the 3 volumes really are a 3-act story. You get, you know, the 1st act, 2nd act, and 3rd act in those issues.
And you know, may I say that romantic dinner, man, those guys, they're assholes for ruining that. That's all I got.
Yeah, they are. It's inconsiderate.
Here's the thing. And when we go big, we go big. There is kind of no holding out.
Yeah. So like going forward, we wouldn't do something like this again, where it's 3 issues. We're gonna budget out, the whole story. And if it's 20 pages long, it's 20 pages long. If it's 50 pages long, it's 50. But like for us, we're working towards getting this put together as a trade. In the future, if something had enough page counts, it wouldn't be divided up into issues. We would probably do it as a trade. And part of the reason for that is because we're doing these self-contained storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Really the only reason to put out individual issues, and again, it is one reason we did it that way the first time, is you can get one issue out and then get the next one out a little bit later, so people aren't waiting for so many pages. But going forward, we would probably put it together as a trade just right off the bat.
Well, that's a big thing where a lot of people do complain about is, it does seem to be the new trend is people don't want to wait for the whole storyline. They don't want to wait monthly or yearly to get one story. So they like to be able to have the whole story contained,
Well, let's be honest. It's partly because of Marvel and DC doing these big events where it's okay, long form storytelling can be a good thing, but the way that they did it has burnt a lot of people out. So having single, I guess you could say, single contained stories is really becoming, I guess you could say, an attraction to people. You know what I mean? It's we can actually just read this and enjoy it. I'm shocked.
And I would much rather have that. I mean, and any character you're talking about, I would much rather say pick up a story arc, and read that and then wait for another one to come out. Because I'm also the type of person, I forget very quickly what I've watched and what I've read when it comes to TV series. There's TV series it's I've only watched, it's only been a week since the previous episode was out. And there's times I have no freaking idea what I watched the previous week. And so
be right back.
I prefer to read stuff together. And that's actually how I get pretty much all my comics now. I just wait for the trades, and I get the trade because I can just read it the whole way through.
And that's, if you ask me, I've always been I like long form storytelling. It's never bothered me, but at the same time, to quote, I think it was a Yellow Flash in one of his reviews where he was talking about the Batman story arc with the one dude. It was the one that they had going on for sure at the end of last year. At the same time, it's the wedding of Batman and everything. I'm trying to remember the dude's name, but basically, Yellow Flash was talking about the biggest thing that he hates about a lot of this long form storytelling is nothing happens, and because of the fact that nothing is happening, it's we're just trying to string you along, and that's what, once again, to tie it back to Spork, that's what makes Spork so appealing. You're not being strung along. You don't have to remember what happened before. It's all right here.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
I didn't know you were gone.
I did.
P.S. Mulder says, why does one of the guys sound like Dane Cook?
I don't know who that would be, but the fact that I don't hear my own voice, maybe me? I don't know. Do I sound like Dane Cook?
I don't know who Dane Cook is.
He's a comedian.
Not to me, but then again, all I gotta say is you don't sound like a washed up comedian that nobody cares about and hasn't had a movie in years. I'm just saying. I think his last movie was Employee of the Month was the last thing I think I saw him in. With Jessica Simpson.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you've seen that chick.
I don't remember Employee of the Month, but anyhow. Oh man. So anyhow, where were we?
We were being awesome, talking about Sporkman and how he just whoops ass, take names, and gets the lady.
Word.
Yeah, he kind of does. I mean, he really is the flirt,
Well, his only luck has been Natsumi and Victoria. Well, not even Victoria.
but I mean, two story arcs and he's hitting on the ladies in both,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he could have gotten Victoria if he hadn't been like, nah, let's be honest, the hero, you'd just be in danger because of me being the hero.
Yep, he definitely pulled that card.
Wait, Dane Cook did Planes.
Planes? Like the Pixar movie?
Yes, okay. He was a Rusty. What was it? Can't even remember the name of the character, and I like Planes.
Melter or whatever.
I think it's a Rusty Crop Hopper.
Well,
sorry, I'm trying to watch chat too and whatnot. And Duskull says, I prefer longer storytelling because it gives a lot more investment and can provide a lot of quality content if the people in charge know what they're doing. But that comes with the risk of executives just axing the series. Got a point.
One thing, though, where, TV's kind of taken this trend of, story arcs over entire seasons and stuff. And I think there's plus and minuses to that because, like, I think Dusquill's right in that regards. But yet, they're now a lot like comics in that way where if you've missed a couple episodes, you're screwed. Like, you can't just jump in and say, I'm going to watch an episode of this show I never saw before, see if I like it. Because if you haven't seen it from the beginning of at least that season, I think you're not going to get a lot of enjoyment out of it. A lot of TV now, I think you have to have seen it from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It would be too much like walking into a movie theater halfway through the film. And, that's kind of a shame in a way because, I like going back and, watching, say, like Star Trek. Like, I can go on Netflix, just queue up an episode of Next Gen or any Star Trek series and just watch an episode. Boom, I got a story. But I tell you what, the way storytelling is done now, like, there's no way I would just say, you know what, I'm just gonna watch an episode of a TV series. Like, almost no TV series are made that way where you could just watch an episode for the heck of it. You would be like, oh, hey, look, I'm watching part 20 of 25.
Oh, yeah, and that's a very valid point. I mean, it's like I say, once again, there's a lot of pluses with long-form storytelling, but there are definite drawbacks. It's why, once again, it's like that Yellow Flash bit I was talking about. Each story you can do long-form, but they need to be self-contained. You need to have something happen in each, you know what I mean? Each episode, each issue, something that will tie into the overarching bit, but doesn't take away from that individual episode.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I'm useful for some things when it comes to narratives, not much, but some things.
I mean, I think now there's such a there's so much more media that we're able to get, and especially if you're a geek, holy shit, we're living in a golden age. With just how much genre TV there is, and it's like the stuff. It used to be years ago, back in the day. If there was like a sci-fi TV series on, it didn't matter if it was shit, you watched it because it was all you were getting. It was like being in the desert and someone hands you a glass of dirty water, you're gonna chug that dirty water. You don't care because it's all you have. And I now it's totally opposite. You know, now if you wanted to watch everything that you would have watched back in like the 80s or even early 90s, like there's literally not enough hours in the day to do it. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
No,
mean, it's got to the point where you actually have to be selective of what you're watching. You know.
Yeah, and that's why I hate it when I see a preview for something. I'm like, oh, this looks really cool. And then they go, a new series coming this fall. I'm like, fuck you, I'm not watching it. You know? I'm like, dude, I'm like, you had me until series, and then I'm gone. Because I just don't have enough time for it.
and you know your DVR is already full of shit that you're never gonna watch.
Or my next flick queue is like completely like way behind on everything.
I only just the other day finished first season of Punisher, and I still have the second season of Luke Cage. I still got the second season of Iron Fist, and I still have the third season of Daredevil. Oh, and the second season of Punisher. Okay, that is just the Netflix Marvel shows, and that's how far behind I am.
Oh,
so
dude.
There's a lot of series I'm not even starting them. I'm like, I don't have time for it.
Well, and then you have, like, for instance, me. I stopped caring. Like, I got halfway through Daredevil season 2, and I was just like, bored now. And I got like an episode in Luke Cage. So Luke Cage did strike me as it was going to be good. It did not hold my interest the way it should. I think it was one of those, but at the same time, I also am so far behind on Arrow, Flash, all the CW superhero shows. Never watched the Constantine one.
Yeah, I started falling behind on, and I forget the reason why. I remember there was actually a reason why. It might have been because my wife and I got rid of cable. I think that's what it was. We actually got rid of it and just switched to Netflix and Hulu. And so we fell behind, but from my understanding, Arrow and Flash started, going downhill anyway.
Yeah.
It's, for me, it was just one of those, I get impatient. I was like, all right, I'm tired of waiting every week. I'll just wait until I have a couple seasons built up and do like what I did. Because I shotgun from basically beginning of season 2 all the way on up to the end of, I think it was like season 4, and then all the way through season 1 of Flash, and got myself caught up on all these shows. I was like, cool. And then I started watching weekly again. I was like, okay, this is. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait because this way I can shotgun again. And then I'm just like, when I went back to start watching them, I don't have the patience for this. Even having it on my second screen, I don't have the patience for it. And to get us caught up on chat, Duskwell said story arc TV series aren't as big of an issue now because you can literally pull up a catalog of episodes in order to watch at your own leisure. Humble Marty says the best.
But the problem is my own leisure would be like 5 years.
Yeah, right. Humble Marty says the best storytelling is one enclosed story for the episode, yet an overarching timeline for the series, which is basically what I was saying for the most part. Yep, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated is a prime example of this. Duskull said, time is very finite and valuable resource. Mecha Studios, I watched season 1 of Luke Cage and only a few episodes of season 1 of Jessica Jones. I made it to season 3 and was bored.
Well, Jessica Jones never got a season 3.
Well, no, I'm saying to episode 3.
Oh, okay.
Like, I didn't make this, like, out of season 1. I made it to the 3rd episode and was like, bored now.
Well, the second season of Jessica Jones was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was horrible.
And the other problem too is that they tried to make it a more personal story in some ways, but the villain was so villainous in the first one that the second one was just kind of like, she's not scary,
and David Tennant. I still say that they had like the first season. They should have saved one. They should have saved Purple Man and what happened to her to either in between season 2 and 3, and like give a couple seasons of her trying to be Jewel, and then her going into being, you know what I mean? Have what happens to her in between seasons and have it to where she's broken out, and then have the entire season be what you got in season 1, where she is jaded, she is a drunk, and so on and so forth. But they wanted to rush into getting Luke Cage out and creating Heroes for Hire and the Defenders, and it's like, you pulled a DC, Marvel. You pulled a DC. I'm just saying. You skipped your own steps. What does that say?
Well, in the chat, then Duskquill asks, what kind of shenanigans can we expect from Sporkman once this fundraiser succeeds?
Well, besides getting this storyline out, then we'll say, hey, it looks like there's demand for this sort of thing, and we'll start working on the next one, which is Sporkman on the High Seas. It's a kind of a water-based adventure, and it is like 90% written, like it has been for months. And that was actually always intended to be the next storyline we did. And Chuck and I had been discussing it for years. And it was originally going to be Sporkman and the Discovery of Atlantis, and it was all going to be about him going to Atlantis. Because the way we come up with a lot of our story ideas is let's take like a genre or something, or a situation, and just what would happen if Sporkman was just kind of like dropped into the middle of it. And so we knew we wanted to do this water-based adventure, and it was going to have Atlantis in it. And we weren't doing a lot with Sporkman for years, and every once in a while we would get together and we would try to break the story down. And then there just came to this point where I told Chuck, I said, the weird thing is I said, what is not making the story work is Atlantis, which was kind of like the whole key, the whole plot line. And I just said, all these other situations and stuff we have, like, they're working. The whole Atlantis thing isn't. So we just literally threw that out.
And started fresh?
It kind of started fresh. And I mean, we had the same villain. We had the same. There's a new hero that's going to be introduced. He was in it from the beginning. Some of the scenes that were in it, like Sporkman fighting pirates, and they make him walk the plank, like all that was in it. And so we reworked the whole story, and once we kind of got rid of the main plot, everything just started falling together, and it just worked. It was really weird how that whole thing worked out, but it definitely worked out for the better. And once we got past that that block in the story, like it just started flowing, and in like just a week or two, I had like 90% of it written. And really happy with a lot of it. And so yeah, that's the next one that we're planning on working on. We don't know how long it will be, but it's going to be more than 24 pages. It's probably going to be about the same length as Japan, I would think. Wouldn't you, Chuck?
I would say yes, anywhere from 75 to 100 pages.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, there's going to be a new hero in it. His name is the Finn, and he's kind of like the Sporkman universe's version of Aquaman. And then we have a character that actually has already been seen in one of the other issues, which I won't say what. But that character is going to be back because we really liked his design.
All right, that's awesome. Duskull says off topic, but guess what, guys? All right.
Okay. What? Wait. I'll type it. Hold on. Because this is a chat. So what?
One pool made 10,000. That's my guess.
I hope that's what it is. I hope that's what it is. Come on, let's go. And it needs less than $100 remaining to the 10,000. Oh. And yes, if you haven't backed Wanpool or the Abductables, I suggest you back both those books and then come back and back the one and only Sporkman on April 1st.
30 hours, I think it can do it.
Oh, like, may I say, the one thing I do love about, like, the Troy and the way the animator Josh has handled their campaign. It's a campaign of love. It's like that. Troy even said, I quit shit posting so I could make it not hurt the campaign. It's like, well, I'm not even gonna be mad. You want your campaign to be as successful as possible, and you're seeing it happen. You are seeing it happen in real time.
But I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be big because the first Wanpool was great. It's a fan favorite. So all props to both of them.
Exactly, and it just goes to show what happens when you have products like Sporkman, Wanpool, and whatnot that are labors of love, and when you don't berate your fan base and just run them off.
Or your character. Because,
Oh, yeah. No. Believe me, I know.
Well, I think that's also a difference when, creators are writing their own thing versus, getting hired to write someone else's thing,
but
I mean, for some people, it's a job, not.
Hello, beautiful people.
What's up, Ninja?
Hey.
Single father life is amazing sometimes.
But
I would have been here sooner if I didn't have to clean up an entire plate of spaghetti on the carpet.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Like,
yeah.
But come on, there, Ninja. You love your small humanoids.
Yes, I do love my small humans, but I don't love cleaning up entire plates of spaghetti when I know that Sporkman is launching soon, and there's things that are way, I don't know, like cleaning up spaghetti, shilling for Sporkman. I mean, geez, like which one do I balance out? Like, how does this balance?
Yeah, it really just sounds like here's your solution. It was about time that you got some spaghetti-looking carpet.
And on top of that, who said the carpet wasn't hungry, man? You never offer the carpet anything.
God. True enough.
I mean,
never once considered how hungry the floor was.
Just walk all over it, but don't offer it any food or nothing. Don't say thanks for supporting me and whatnot.
This is why we had tacos over at Chuck's house instead of spaghetti.
For sure. For sure. How you doing, Ninja?
Living the dream. Not sure what kind of dream it might be at the end. But
it's somebody's dream. It might be someone else's nightmare.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, when small humanoids are involved, every day is a dream or a nightmare or oh God, just let me sleep. Why are you up already?
Yes,
that's
only on the weekend. That's only on the weekend.
So glad I decided to have cats.
Yeah, there's a lot less cleanup.
Well, yep.
Hey,
Chuck, do you see what Duskquill wrote?
What?
Is Chuck okay? Sounds like the excitement of Sporkman is choking him from the inside.
No, I got a cold, so
kick its ass.
You got to get some coldies.
I've been taking medicine.
So Chuck, since you're more you kind of been spearheading the campaign thing. What do you have lined up promotion wise? Or what do we have lined up that I should know about?
Right now, I've been kind of going through the seat of my pants. But I can, if you guys are ready, I can go ahead. And
that's where the goods are. Seat of your pants.
Wait. Does Eric know about Detective Spork and what we're doing there?
Yep, the radio drama. Yep.
Oh, okay. That's it with that character.
Yep. That's the radio drama.
Ah.
Yes, and may I say, it is. Oh man, is it difficult writing something when you can't use visuals, when you got to do everything by audio cues and whatnot.
Interesting.
That's been difficult. I'm not even going to try to act like it hasn't been. No.
Yep, it is very, very difficult. Very difficult. Which is why we got our good friend Ninja. You should be reaching out to and talking to him.
Oh wait, you've done radio stuff before, Ninja?
No, but he can do still drawings, so that way you know what you're looking for.
Ah, okay.
I plan on trying to get somewhere between Dick Tracy, Sporkman. Dick Tracy. That's a kind of inspiration for this, I think. A little bit.
The Shadow. Yeah.
Yes.
Those
old-timey good times radio dramas. Yes, please. Fedoras.
Oh, yep. You best believe a fedora's involved. But that's even how I pictured him with a fedora. No, you are not going to kill me. Sorry,
I'm not going to lie, Bob. This game looks boring. Looks like a lot of repetitiveness.
It is kind of repetitive, but I mean, in a lot of ways, a lot of games are pretty repetitive. Let's be honest.
I really hate that guy who keeps spinning around.
Did you watch Young Justice?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
Here it goes. This is the worst game I've ever seen. I cannot look at this.
Yeah.
It is rather distracting.
Which is why I haven't. I've been looking at anime boobs.
Nothing wrong with anime titties. All right, and real quick, one of my favorite responses to Troy being happy about the success of Wanpool. Holy shit! Your name is Troy Torres. Laugh my ass off, bro. Your name in anime style is Troy Toresu. Or Totori-kun, which means to tickle even your name is a meme factory. I have a great radio voice, or so a lot of people have said, including my naval science instructor that got me to read announcements over the school intercom. Just too bad I don't have a great mic, but I bet the low quality would do well for an old-timey radio simulation.
Well, we plan on, because the way we want to do it is we want to get the community involved with this. I mean, this is not going to be like, a single thing. What we want to do is really get the community involved and kind of make this like, if this could be an ongoing thing, we can make this a Patreon or, like something exclusive where we can make a, ongoing thing where people can subscribe to. Or even do it like live. We do like weekly. We do like a one night a week. We do the Sporkman radio drama.
Well, I think Chuck, we had talked about that like years ago.
Yeah,
or Sporkman thing.
Yeah, and that's why I said when I was talking with Bob, I know you were kind of busy. He was down with it. Both him and Ninja, were really down with it. I think we should do it. We because we have a lot of characters we could do with not only just with the Detective Spork, but we could also do Sporkman in a radio drama too.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's just I was like, well, if we're gonna do radio drama, and then it dawned on me, I was like, totally have to do it like straight 1940s, go very period.
Yep.
With it, and and because of that, I was like, all right. Detective Spork, and I was thinking about how, like, I got his age, I got what his skill set is, what he learned, things like that. Like, why he is the way he is, his motivation. I just got to avoid writing him like Sherlock Holmes because I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan.
Which is why you need to make sure Eric and I sign off on it first.
Well, that's the...
Yeah.
Come on now, you already know that's how I roll. I am not going to do anything without y'all's approval. I don't know why I keep doing that.
But, the thing is, and that's the thing is, I kind of want to do something, I want people to really get, like, involved with Sporkman. I don't want him, he's a project that can go into so many different dimensions. Eric and I already have, like, a script plan for a movie, a cartoon.
We would love to do an animated Sporkman series.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Especially if we could get somebody who, like... Josh, sorry, I just had a bit of congestion there.
No. It's got to be anime style. I don't want it American anime. I don't want American animation. I want Japanese style.
Basically, you want it to
he's a weeb.
I'm a weeb. Damn right, I'm a weeb. If I was gonna do American style, it would have to be DC.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
DC almost looks like manga anyway.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They are done. Most of their stuff is done in Korea.
A lot of that stuff, yeah, it all looks like a lot of the animation that's been being produced right now isn't even coming out of America. Yeah, it's all foreign.
Yeah, and I say, I saw Reign of the Superman last night, and man,
yeah,
that was good.
Death of Superman and Reign of Superman were fantastic.
And like I mentioned before, that I thought was comical. A little something I noticed. You can tell the guys who did it are salty that Hillary didn't win, because what did they make the president in it? Then Reign of the Superman.
Yep.
A female president that looks like a young Hillary Clinton or younger Hillary Clinton.
Oh, you joking?
No, they did. They did. Yeah.
Oof. Oh, man.
I saw that and I was just like, someone's a bit salty. Someone's really salty.
Yep. But they didn't bring a lot of politics into it. They kept it to the minimum. Yeah. Now the thing is, I will say, they did change Reign of the Superman a little bit from what the comic is, because I'm rereading the comic right now, and holy damn, was there so much to that fucking story. Like they literally cut out like Funeral for a Friend. They cut out the whole there's probably like another like 3 or 4 movies they cut out, but it was like very boring. They cut out the whole Supergirl arc because originally the thing that took over Supergirl, Prism or whatever it was, she was a main character.
And also at the same time, they didn't touch on, I think it was Coast City.
Yep, being destroyed.
Because that's what drove Hal Jordan to becoming Parallax and everything.
Yep.
So it's a sign that we don't we haven't read too many comic books in this group. No.
No.
Trying to find something that people will find entertaining to play.
Honestly, I would love to, Desquill says, I want to see more entertainment media with President Trump. I almost want to do a story with Wall Mike being our president.
Oh, can we please have that happen?
Wall
Mike please be the president, because as far as I know, there might be some other one-to-one, references to Walmart. I'm just saying, if it's a Revengers universe, because Revengers Forever, Walmart should be the president in most of those comics. I'm just saying.
I like Mecca. I was done with Trump 5 minutes after he won 2016. I'd rather watch Furry Girls. See.
By the way, I wanted to let Ninja know, because he wasn't here. So, hey, I got Matthew Weldon is doing a Natsumi Versuma crossover poster for me.
Versus who?
Versuma.
Versuma.
Punchline.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing a post. I'm paying him for a poster of Versima and Natsumi together.
Oh snap! Are they fighting each other, or are they gonna be? Like,
I don't know. Teaming up.
Oh man, I'm getting a little excited.
Wait, I think I just heard something. I swear it was Ninja going.
My nipples just got erect.
Yeah, great.
Just saying.
Becca says, I was done with Trump 5 minutes after he won 2016. Now, you know, it's funny though. It's like, yeah, like I'm so over Trump, but at the same point, watching the people parody him is like great. Like it is like next level funny, you know, because he himself is like a freaking joke.
Well,
you know,
the way I look at it as is, it wasn't so much that I was done with Trump when he got elected. I wasn't a fan of Trump, and Duskull said it best. I'm not done with Trump. I'm more done with Trump's detractors. And it's like, yeah, you dudes made me a like. Thanks to you, I'm now a card-carrying Republican, and I want me a MAGA hat just to piss y'all off. I'm still not even like on the Trump train.
I've still got my MAGA hats.
Yeah, I'm not on the Trump train at all.
Well, you know what it is. The best part about wearing a MAGA hat is people's reactions to the MAGA hat, whether they be positive or negative. Now, granted, I've had way more positive reactions where we live here, because I live in Pennsylvania, and it's a fairly conservative area where I'm at. I've even had this young black kid was like, "Dude, I really love that hat." I was like, "Oh, thanks." I was like, "Yeah, it's a good thing you recognize that. Yeah, there is not really
but I thought
but
I thought it was racist."
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that, you know, people with common sense recognize that no, this isn't a symbol of racism. We just want to make our country, where we live, our home, a better place. We want our home to be a good place, a nice place. That's why we want America to be great, because we live here.
Oh yeah,
not because we're racists,
right?
Jesus.
And Mecca's like, it's. I don't really see the difference anymore, and it's a damn hat, people. And it's like, no, we get that. That's the whole point. It's a damn hat, and people blow it out of proportion into this like, oh, what's up, Neostar? But
shit! Now I can say this: Revengers forever.
Yes. but no, that's the point. It's a hat. It who cares? Trump's just another president in a long line of presidents. But since you want to act the way you do, you know, not you, Mecca, but like, you know, the those who are like Orange Man bad, we're just going to troll you, and we're going to make Trump everything you hear about and see and things like that, just to piss you off.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, you're fine. But to get back onto the whole point, you know who doesn't care about Trump? Sporkman. Why? Because Sporkman's got his own thing he's doing. Sporkman is just trying to.
And he exists in a different universe.
Yep. But I cannot confirm or deny that possibly POTUS Stump might show up in the next issue, along with Jack Irons.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
You know, it's not spoilers. It's just teases.
Teases. They are real good. So anyhow, okay. So let's. So we want to know. So that's just some of the pike that I'm working on with the campaign. So I am going to share, if you guys are ready. I am going to share the campaign.
All right.
Are you sharing it in the actual, or are you sharing like in the chat?
No, I'm going to share it on screen.
Word. Then you have the screen, sir.
Okay. Are we just waiting for everything to refresh up?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yep. All right. So, okay, guys. So here we go. So the first things first. I am going to let me know if you guys can hear it.
Nope.
Okay.
I think I might be able to work something out. Give me a second. It may require a little finagling. Just got an added source. Let me pop it up in my web browser. The web browser of doom. Because, you know, I may or may not have watched a little too much of Invader Zim.
All right.
Add source. There we go. Window capture. Think that's correct. You just gotta go there. No, not yet. Not yet.
If we can't, if you can't, I can do the campaign so that way you can at least.
No. I got it. I got it. It just I have to get it all set up real quick. Get the sound going.
Yeah. What's his name?
Oh, you don't know this?
Yes.
What's this?
You shall see.
The Spork commercial, as I've seen. I may or may not know. I cannot confirm nor deny that I have seen the Sporkman.
Yes.
That is.
I cannot confirm nor deny that it is awesome and fun.
Thank you. And there we go. There we go. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it. And
Can people hear it?
I'm not hearing anything.
huh. I figured you being the fact that I'm running it through yeah, it should. All right. Anyone in chat, were you hearing it? We need to know. Because this is need to know information.
Okay, if it doesn't work, I will. I'll run it through my mic here. So let me know if everybody hears it.
All right.
Do you enjoy comedy, action, giant mecha, romance? Then do I have the comic book for you? Introducing Sporkman Goes to Japan, volumes 1 through 3. Join us as our tantalizing hero fights the evil Shogun Z in the land of the rising sun. With such allies as the beautiful Natsumi and the ever-determined Team Spork in this 90-plus page adventure that's being fully remastered in beautiful color for your reading pleasure. Now join us on April 1st when the Indiegogo goes live, so you can be the first to back the one and only Sporkman!
Thank you. I'm actually really proud of that. I'm not even going to act like I'm not.
All right.
I don't know if you gave shout-outs to Humble Marty. I was just on a stream with Humble the other day for Slick Jimmy's Cheesecake Challenge. Fantastic artist, Humble Marty. Good job.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Gary, give me one moment here. Yeah, I got
not a problem.
So,
yeah, did you guys did you guys have a cameo in Trump Space Force?
No, we did not have a cameo in Trump Space Force, but we did have a cameo in Graveyard Shift, the ash can.
I saw that. I saw the little Sporkman running
that's awesome. That's awesome.
No, it's actually not candy. It's actually Sporkman. It's just the helmet. It's him climbing.
No. I mean, yeah, they were all running to like the
to get
somebody was offering candy. Yeah.
Yep.
And there was a rush of people.
Yep. All right. So here we go. All right. So basically, I have it as Worlds Collide as East meets West, in a comic that is a homage to both American and Japanese culture. And we'll scroll down here, and then. Well, let me do the thing here. So, of course, I got the, Natsumi. Then I got the first color page by Ginger Foxy. And then we got the covers. And then the Killbox art. And then we go into a massive 91-page comic for kids of all ages. Who is Sporkman? A man of many utensils. A mystery To all who know him, a hero who wields the power of the Spork. After stopping a bomb threat at this Galacticon sci-fi convention, our man of mystery is invited to join the superhero league known as DUH, which includes an all-expense paid internship in Japan. We're remastering the comic by having our original colors, original black and white colored, fully colored, and a book enhanced with all new lettering. So, starting tier is $2. Like if people back at $2, they'll get the Sporkman decal. And we went $15. People will get the 3 physical floppies plus the Killbox poster and decal. And then if you look here in in the center here, we have basically the story. After joining the superhero exchange program, Sporkman journeys to the land of the rising sun, where it turns out Japan is exactly how all us Western anime manga fans imagine it to be. Strong females? Check. Massive monsters? Check. Giant robots? Check. Anthropomorphic characters? Speedlines? Supervillains? Check. Teaming up with Natsumi Wooby, Sporkman will face off with a bevy of baddies, including Robo Ninjas, Humongous Mecha, and the ever-elusive Shogun Z. How will Sporkman be able to handle everything thrown at him? Find out this massive 91-page trade back, guaranteed to keep you giggling for days. And then every perk will come with a free poster and Sporkman decal, and this trade paperback will include 10 pages of additional art. So... and then here it is, guys. This is the trade back cover done by
the guy that does
Brad
it.
Ashworth.
Brad
Brad Ashworth, the creator of Handyman, which is still available on Indiegogo if you guys want to go back Handyman.
Woohoo! I backed Handyman. Got to back Handyman. So, right now I think Brad is working on the colors, if I believe. The last thing he told me was he was working with a colorist, getting it done. And yeah, I mean, it is an unbelievable cover. Unfortunately, this doesn't do it justice. I really wish I had the original one.
Oh,
and then and then we scroll down, and then we have this beautiful piece of artwork done by Killbox, colored by our own friend Ninja.
Real good.
Meh.
Me.
No. Killbox did all the work. He did all the work.
Yeah, but you really brought his stuff to life, though, dude. I mean, honestly,
Oh.
you did some great work there. So I'm loving it. It's a great poster. I'll be glad to have it up on my wall for sure.
Yeah, I'm
And,
looking forward to it.
Just so y'all know, depending on how many people show up, and watch the Wicked gaming stream, we may, if they don't have enough, they're gonna be joining us here, afterwards.
Okay. All right. Now,
So,
so then we go into the 3-issue covers. All right. Which, the backers at the $15 level will get all 3 original covers. The insides will be colorized. And now they will not get any bonus art. That's just going to be in the trade paperback only. And if you guys can see here, I got a second page of Natsumi, the transition scene and stuff like that. And so we got a couple
to quote early 2000s Paris Hilton, that's hot.
Yeah, Ginger Foxy does a good job. If you guys don't subscribe to Ginger Foxy or you haven't followed her on Twitter, go follow her at That Crafty Foxy.
Yep.
At That Crafty Foxy is her Twitter handle.
And she's also doing colors for the Mythoverse for the Changeling. So Brett's coloring. So which we'll be talking about that tomorrow night on the Meeting of the Minds. So yeah, she is unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable color. She like Eric said, when we got this next page back, I mean, it was ratcheted up to high big time, right, Eric?
Oh yeah.
So we got some goodness coming here, and then I included some other sample pages so that other people can see what the original artwork looked like here before some of the coloring is being done, and that's from issue 1, and then we have issue 2, and then we have issue 3. So, and then of course, what people will get is all the funding will go towards the production and the shipping of the comic. Colors will be colorized by. I got to change that, of course. Colors will be done by Ginger Foxy. Letters will be done by the wonderful Jay Ashiro from 01 Publishing. So, and then printing will be done by Wicked. And we're right now our tentative in-hand date is in sometime in August. So we got some good stuff here. And then I'm going to go over the tiers here, guys. So we the $15 tier gets the 3 physical and the poster. And then we got the $25, which will give you the trade paperback and a poster. Then for $37, you can actually get the because I know a lot of people did request they wanted trades and floppies because they didn't want to pay they don't want to pay the double shipping. So here's your chance now. People can get both the trade and the floppies. And then $45 will get you the trade, T-shirt, and the poster. And then at the 150 scale, this one is one I really hope people will back. This will feature the action figure limited release action figure. There's only going to be 4 available in this campaign. There'll ever be 5 available because Ninja you're going to be getting one of them, but there'll be 4 available in the campaign. A Sporkman action figure done by Eric. Eric, go ahead and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So what they're going to be getting is a very high quality custom figure where I'm actually going to be making just the 5 of them and one for me and Chuck. But basically what I'm doing is I'm taking a super articulated figure blank that this company makes. So it's not going to be a statue. It'll actually be a fully articulated Sporkman action figure in 4-inch scale. And the gauntlets and the head and everything are actually being resin cast. So I actually had to sculpt those and then make molds and cast those. And it's all going to be painted and everything. It's going to have a cloth cape. It's going to be just like, a high quality action figure that you'd get. And custom figures like that can sell anywhere from like $45 to $60 or more dollars. The figure blanks alone are over $20, so you're actually getting a lot of bang for your buck on a custom on those.
Yeah, and not to count, there's a lot of work Eric has to do to the figures. He's got to resin cast the head, hands, gauntlets, make the outfit and stuff like that. So a lot of work that's going to be going into this really kick-ass figure. So, and then right now, then the highest tier we're going to have right now is at $300. People will be able to get the print. Killbox is willing to offer to sell for one backer. He's willing to ship the actual artwork for the Killbox poster, the original art, to one lucky backer.
Oh,
Hey guys,
man.
how's it going, guys?
I think you would have got that by
Hey.
now.
What's up, Matt? How you doing?
Doing well. I just was wanted to say that action figure sounds awesome. I
Yeah.
definitely want one of those for myself.
Hey, Dustquill's got a question for you. Since you're already in here, is Wicked still thinking about doing 3D printed figurine services?
Yeah, we are. It seems like there's a lot of interest for it. So yeah, we're going to look into it for sure now.
Well, before you
thank
guys,
goodness.
before you
I'm
guys,
going to be ordering some.
before you guys jump into that too much, feel free to talk to me about it because
Okay.
I actually have a high-end printer, like,
Oh, nice.
and I'm talking like the ones where they cost like a cheap used car cost.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Professional,
then,
professional.
I'm definitely not
Like
looking in that range.
But I mean, I know kind of about that whole thing.
Right. No, that'd be awesome. We should definitely need to talk. We should definitely talk about that because I have a lot of questions and stuff. And
Okay.
still looking over models. It's interesting. I've been looking over just cursorily, and there are some cheaper end models that are actually pretty cool. And a lot. It's interesting though. A lot of the issues I've heard from the people about the lower end models they're not as you get a lot more seams and things like that. But I believe with a little bit of manual work, you can kind of even that out a bit.
But
So
that's not suitable for production, though.
Well, why do you say that?
Well, you don't. The amount of work you would have to do by hand to really clean one up to look what I would consider.
But you got to think about that time versus your cost analysis. You know,
well, I
is
mean,
your time more valuable to you than your money, or is the money the most important thing? You know,
the time, absolutely.
Well, for me, it's the other way around. I'm working on a budget. For me, I gotta use what I can. You know.
Plus, just producing it takes so long that.
So here's a question. So why not? This is something maybe you could think about, Matt. What about running an IgG for?
Yeah, you know, Model 316 tried to do that, and it didn't work out. You know. So I'm just not sure if the Indiegogo method would be a good way for that. You know.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, what I would just say is at some point we got to get on and talk, and because I mean, I do this kind of stuff for a living, you know, producing products, and so I know a lot about that sort of thing, and I've even been over the last year looking at getting stuff like professionally injection molded overseas and everything. So, hit me up we can arrange something to hit me up sometime, and I'll be able to fill you in a little bit more.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Yeah, any advice? Definitely appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, we're still looking into that, and the goal will be to have basically not only Wicked products on the store to be able to buy, but will be able to customize your own figures as well. So we're going to be working with a couple artists I'm talking with right now, some computer guys who do modeling to do the design work for it.
Okay.
So yeah, very exciting.
Righteous. So yeah, that's basically. I was just going over the campaign here and showing people everything here, what the campaign tiers are going to look like come Monday. So,
also, what I want to tell people about too is, and I don't think you have it. I don't think you have it written down in the campaign. I'm not going to take the time to check it. But our stretch goal for this is that if we make enough, we're going to put like a mini story in with Natsumi that is kind of like a little bit of an epilogue to what happens on Goes to Japan. So that would be like an original story, original art. None of that stuff has been completed yet, but that's something that we're looking to do as far as a stretch goal.
Yep. No, I haven't put that in there yet. So, because we really haven't sat down and really talked about what the stretch goals are going to be. So that's something I haven't included yet. So, because part of the reason why I didn't do that is because last time I made a mistake of putting the stretch goals out way too early. But that's where we're at.
All right. Well, I hope this time not only do you get funded, you reach many stretch goals. May the luck of the sport be with you.
I'm really hoping. What I am going to plan on doing. I've been kind of talking this over. Possibly we may go and do. So our goal is 6,000. It is a flexible goal. So as long as we get the lettering, or as long as we get enough to cover for lettering and printing, it's going to get shipped, no matter what. We may possibly also do a Kickstarter for those on Kickstarter, because there are a lot of people who are kind of platform specific, because we want to get this out to as many people as possible. So, but that will be run after we're done with this campaign. Not at this campaign.
Yeah, regardless of whether this campaign reaches its goal or not, continue on with Kickstarter.
Yep.
Because Kickstarter seems, now this is my experience with Kickstarter, is that Kickstarter consistently is about independent comics. They don't care as much about political affiliations or the rhetoric behind it. They like independent comics on Kickstarter. Kickstarter seems to be a platform that people can get funded on without, staking their political affiliations or any
Really,
of that.
I heard the opposite. I
Yeah,
heard,
Same here.
Yeah, it's hit or a miss. It's a hit or a miss.
Well, I still consider going for it. I would definitely. When you just said that, a part of me was like, "Oh, sweet."
Yeah,
Because
I'm not.
that's
Yeah, I'm not-
Kickstarter seems to be cool with comics a little bit more.
if you have the right
Anyway.
comics.
Right?
Yeah, it's
Well, this is the thing: is Sporkman is completely apolitical. There is no political narrative. It's just a comic about fun stuff that's happening.
yeah.
And you have a very strong female protagonist.
The strongest of the strong.
It's true. Natsume is one of my. I have to say, Natsume is a really cool character to me. And if you bring it over to Kickstarter as well, I can't imagine that people are going to be like, "Oh, Natsume's fucking cool, dude."
Um,
Sporkman's cool. Natsume's cool too, man. They're going to like that.
and
Just saying.
Duskull asks, why not use both?
Yeah. So you never want to run them both at the same time. All right. There's actually a big reason why you would not run both at the same time because it looks like you're double dipping. All right.
well, technically, you wouldn't be double dipping unless someone was contributing to both, which people aren't going to do.
Not necessarily. There are some people who are who are like me who don't care what platform you're on and they're gonna back it. So there are some people that doesn't look good when you're running a campaign on two different crowdfunding websites. It looks like it almost looks like you're trying to scam. It's the how can I say what's a good word, guys? It's the
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to scam people
no
by, I guess you could say,
You don't want to appear greedy
yes
by saying, "Oh, look, I've got two campaigns going at once."
right. So
Gotcha.
right. So so what you do is you always run one or the other, run right after another. So when you're done with your Kickstarter, you go to Indiegogo, run in demand because if you got funded in Kickstarter, you can run in demand on Indiegogo. So that right there, because that's what Blake Norcott did, and a few others. They did that, and actually Zane from Elemental Balance did that, and same thing with
Did that get funded, by the way?
Yes, they did get funded on the third one, but now they're kind of running behind on their fourth one.
Aw.
Now, are they're running a campaign for the same thing, or is
Issue
that
4.
multiple campaigns for multiple issues?
It's one campaign for issue 4, and then you can do the backlog of issue 3 and the other ones.
Oh, but they have gotten kind of past the starting line with the first issue and stuff.
Yeah, they already sent stuff out to people already.
Okay. I thought you meant they were trying like 4 different times to get the same issue out. I was like, man.
Okay, I'll let you out.
No, they basically got here, I'll pull this up here if you guys can campaign. Let me see where it's at here. So
Do you need the white box again?
Uh-oh.
you see this guy's right here. Look at this right here. Oh, what's
Handyman? What's that? What's that?
Yeah.
Handyman?
Yeah, Handyman.
What's that?
Ferryman.
Handyman.
Go back Handyman right now, guys.
Yep. Long Harbor. Layer. Got to back my boy Gilly.
Abductables is about to hit the finish line.
You've got several different comics that I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to look at them.
He's going to try to beat you up.
What are you going to do when I show up on your door?
Just throw the comics at you.
They have 31. Well, they got 31 days left, but they're only at 66%.
Not bad. They should be
a
able
little
to
bit
make
over
that.
halfway. They might be able to make it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Zane is a cool guy.
Yeah.
I've gotten a chance to talk with him a couple of times.
We've had
His book looks fantastic. He's got a hell of a bunch of good perks in his Indiegogo here.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm telling you, that artwork in the book, it's very good. I really enjoy the way it looks.
Yeah.
I have to say, my eyes do not get enough seeing of his book.
So yeah, the other reason why I wanted to do, because Eric and I, we kind of originally we were going to launch years ago when they first started talking about doing crowdfunding. You know, we were originally talking about doing Sporkman on Kickstarter, but with the way we kind of moved into the whole independent scene and stuff like that, and where the platform has been on Indiegogo, and I kind of like the function. I like the function of I don't like when you're waiting for backers to, till the end of your campaign, because there's a lot of things that can happen at the end of the campaign where, let's say, the backers don't have money on their credit card. I've had to back out on a couple of campaigns like that myself. So the nice thing is with Indiegogo, it charges the people right up front. So then that way it's budgeted. You know what I mean? You're done. It's gone. It's out. So you as a backer don't have to worry about that. Whereas with Kickstarter, you have to keep that on hand. So as a creator, you're kind of at the mercy, hoping that people's charges go through on their credit card. So so there are pluses and minuses. The other nice thing about Kickstarter, there is like a backer kit that you can add things on that Indiegogo kind of has a little bit harder method on that. So, but we want to test the waters and stuff like that, so we can always, see how things go. Yeah,
it never really hurts to have your product on multiple platforms. It really doesn't. I'm taking that advice from Slick Jimmy. Use your. He's the creator of Little Girl Lethal. I don't know if you guys got a chance to back that project as well. But Little Girl Lethal, go back that on Indiegogo. I think it's still on demand or in demand. But some of the advice that he had was, don't miss an opportunity to promote yourself. If you can promote it on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, do both.
Yeah.
And this is, advice for all independent creators, anybody who's tuning in. Make sure that you promote yourself, and don't be afraid to promote yourself. I know a lot of us can kind of feel weird about saying something about, hey, look at what we have for sale, but don't feel bad. Just go out there and get that stuff out, promote it. Promote Sporkman, promote your own comic if you got it.
Yep.
Well, you already know. I will shill the sport.
Oh, yeah, well, it's because it's a valued product, and it's good for not only adults but also kids.
Right?
Would you guys be opposed to ever doing, say, school assemblies where you might have a chance to promote how awesome it is to create your own comic and or Sporkman if the occasion so arises?
Oh no,
I
would do it. I mean, I've run panels at conventions and stuff before for different things. So
I would totally love to be able to get Sporkman into my kid's school, because it definitely is an all ages thing, and you could be able to get it on, like, say, Scholastic, or in like the book fairs and stuff like that, because my kids are constantly bringing me home, the book fair flyers, and I was just thinking to myself, there's a lot of things that even with that, you guys could promote through that too.
Libraries would be another good way to do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because libraries like to promote Free Comic Book Day as well. I don't know if you guys know that.
No, I didn't.
But my local library, when I lived closer to Lebanon, would promote Free Comic Book Day, and they would hand out free comic books. So that was pretty cool.
Lebanon Connie.
May I say
you said Lebanon, and I'm like, you're not from PA. What are you talking about?
Lebanon. I know. I was like, no one's gonna call it out.
Yeah, I know. We call it Lebanon. It's all Lebanon around here, but
Yep.
Yeah, get your Lebanon
Lebanon
bologna.
is the actual
That's funny.
Is the
Redneck.
actual country. Yep. But the way that Pennsylvania does say it, it's Lebanon County.
Lebanon, you get your Lebanon bologna here.
Yep.
You're darn right.
Yeah.
I
By the
like
way,
to fuck with people. Though.
hold on, Josh. By the way, turn me off.
Oh, yeah, not a problem. There you go. You are no longer White Box. What can I say? Every time I saw that little drone, though, I was like, that's a sexy drone. I wouldn't mind having it.
So let's we'll be open to take any questions from the chat or from the people. We're between Matt and Ninja and everybody.
I really like that color page you showed off in earlier today of Natsumi. What's it been like working with the new colorist?
Ginger Foxy's been great. I actually I sent her all the pages already, so she's got them. She's already started on that, and she's got a art piece for Natsumi coming that she's working on too for us.
Oh wait, an original one?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Yep.
That's awesome.
And I almost forgot. I meant to actually send the link to Pope Fire, but I think she's already in another stream now. But
Pope Fire is probably on Fanspeak.
Yeah.
If you guys, we're all part of the same comics community, so if you guys recognize Fanspeak, then you should, don't forget to subscribe to Chester Bubsby and Fanspeak because they're good people.
I love Chester. Chester's great. Yeah.
But,
he's a good guy.
The point I was going to make was the fact that she had if you get, I think it's $10 for black and white, $15 for color, I do believe.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Pope's stickers. Yes.
Yes. So, okay.
If you guys go back, Pope stickers, yes, you will be able to contribute to Sporkman's colorist. And we're trying to, raise some money for that individual.
So I don't know if Eric, you know this or not, but JW has cancer again.
Yeah, I heard.
So we are trying to do some. We're trying to sell some stickers to raise him some money. We also have a Gary. I guess we're gonna have Gary Shipman do an Batman art, and they're gonna auction it off, and some money, the proceeds are gonna go to him.
Oh, okay. Is he aware of this?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. I already talked to him about it. So
and if you guys aren't following Pope Fire on her channel on YouTube, go subscribe to Pope Fire. She deserves it because she is one of the most excellent individuals who has been promoting independent comics and trying to get the word out about indie creators and trying to get comics into the hands of people who cannot afford them. She is one of the best of us. Pope Fire is absolutely amazing person. Everybody go support her and show her some love. All right, you guys, go White Knight for Pope Fire as much as you can, as hard as you can.
White Knight for her.
No, she'll get the joke.
But yeah, and then we also, the other thing too is we tried reaching out to Jim Lee and see, because those who don't know, JW actually a few years ago actually did a color project for DC. Now, unfortunately, when they kind of shelved it because they were doing their rebirth, they went to their rebirth and stuff like that. But he's still able. He did a Hawkman series, 6 issues.
Oh, really? I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was Hawkman.
Yep, it was Hawkman. So,
nice.
so we tried tweeting out to Jim Lee and see if we can get some love there. So we're trying to
hope. Jim Lee's a pretty good guy. Let's see if we can't get him on board.
Yeah, so hopefully we can.
You know what? It might not be a bad idea to reach out to Rob Liefeld as well, because he's been really supportive of independent comics lately. He's been a really cool guy lately. So let's reach out to Rob Liefeld, show him a little bit of love as well. He's created a lot of the characters that we all love, so we might as well just show it back. Come full circle and
Yeah.
Originally, these guys are some of the most, I guess, important people that have been a part of independent comics, and I guess it just seems like a full circle type of thing. We promote them as well. So show some love to Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee, and hopefully they'll reciprocate that love.
Hopefully.
Show them some Spork.
Yes.
Yeah, really. You know what? I bet you Rob Liefeld would probably really enjoy some Sporkman.
Yeah, I've tweeted him already, but didn't get anything from him.
It's hard to get through sometimes on those big accounts, you know.
Well, he's a pretty busy guy. I can't imagine that he's have a full plate at all times.
Right.
Yeah, he would need to be spammed, but that's okay. You know,
hey, that can happen. That's not out of the question.
So yeah. So anybody got any questions about anything on Sporkman? Anything? Sporkman?
I think there's a cricket down in front that had a question.
Cricket. I don't speak cricket. You whatever, dude. Just
someone get that cricket out of here. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, what are you guys most excited about looking for, starting this campaign again?
Getting it done.
I mean, the funny thing about it is, for us, it's not a new product, where I think like Sporkman on the High Seas, it's going to be really exciting for me doing that because that is fresh and new, and every bit of art is brand new, for that. Whereas this, we're excited to have it done. I'm excited to have it colorized and have it all together in a trade. But this is a product that we've kind of been carrying around for years, which I probably makes it more exciting for everyone else than it is for me personally. I'm just like, oh, color. Okay, that's something new for me because it wasn't in color before. But it's completely new for a lot of other people.
Then in terms of your excitement for you guys, what are you guys really excited about for the future of Sporkman?
The next issue mainly, because that, like I said, that's something where we had been kicking around ideas for that for so many years that it's like I like the fact that now we got into a groove. The story's flowing a lot easier. Almost done with it. I can't wait to get to like the conceptual art stage. That to me, like, I love picking up art books that are showing concepts for stuff until it finally gets to the end of and many times a movie. I just totally dig that stuff, and we're going to be including some of that in the trade as well, like earlier designs for some of the characters or the various mechs and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that stage of Sporkman on the High Seas, where we can actually start getting conceptual art for some of the characters. That's what I'm excited for in the short term, at least.
That's pretty awesome.
And may I say, oh, thank God, someone with questions, because I was so not prepared. I was like, we're just gonna do our usual bit, bullshit, and talk about Sporkman. And then they're like, questions. I didn't.
Well,
questions.
You should always be prepared as a host.
Exactly, just as the Boy Scouts always say,
Yep.
That is how Duskull's said it best.
You're darn right. That's why I carry a multi-tool in my back pocket.
Duskull said it best. I've followed Sporkman for so long. All the questions I have had has been trained. So it's like, yeah, like I got nothing. I'll admit it. I got nothing.
Yeah, I think where that's going to change is, once we're able to move on to other projects and, start developing the future storylines and stuff like that, you know, then obviously all those questions are going to come to a head where people want to see where it's going, because I mean, we have a lot of ideas we want to do. Like I said, we're going to do a Returns to Japan at some point. The character of Victoria Daniels from Conventions, she's going to show up in another issue we have planned. And the villain that's going to be in that one is a villain I'm really looking forward to. We had actually toyed around with the idea of doing a live action movie, and so we had started writing a story for that, and we had a villain lined up for that we really thought was cool, and we're anxious to get him into the comic at some point. We think that storyline will, with Victoria Daniels, will actually be a good one.
And I cannot confirm.
As long as it has a higher production value than Bible Man, you'll be fine.
and I cannot confirm or deny, but possibly Revengers may be in that one.
That's hilarious. And sad thing is,
or you could, truth be told, you could go more of the Ultraman style and have Sporkman be like Ultraman. You guys remember the classic Ultraman, I'm sure, because you're weebs. I'm sorry, I got hiccup.
No, I'm the weeb. Eric's not a weeb.
I don't even know what that means.
No, I guess he's not. He's just a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah, he's a Star Wars nerd.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, like really hardcore Star Wars.
Yeah, so my equivalent of my anime, of how much I'm a weeb on anime, that's his equivalent on Star Wars. So,
That's funny.
Maybe that's why
I don't know. I don't know. I think you guys are pretty. Yeah, you guys are definitely equal.
But would Sporkman be so I believe the term for it is if a tokusatsu. I guess remember what that term?
More of a Sentai.
Okay.
So there is a difference between the two.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
So Tokusatsu and Tokusatsus are actually underneath the Sentai superheroes. It's actually a subgenre of that that genre because
interesting.
Because he is based off of Power Rangers. The Power Rangers are Sentai superheroes. So
okay.
Whereas like Ultraman and there are slight differences that make them
stylistically,
yeah. That makes them slightly different between each other. Kind of like, like Mecha is like the one top genre in Mecha, and then you have like, is it Gundam, or is it kind of more like Evangelion, or you know what I mean? And then you have your different Mecha genres, and then they kind of branch off from there. Like, where Gundam is more the real world, where there's just these different styles. So yeah, it's interesting on how unique anime is, in terms of genres.
And Neostar asks, Sporkman has encountered a lot of high-tech foes. Has he been exposed to many superpowered heroes?
No. Matter of fact, actually, in our world, we specifically have very limited superheroes that are powered. So far, we only have like maybe 3 or 4 that we have tentatively right now that are powered. We have Captain Tornado and Celerity.
Which Captain Tornado is kind of like the Sporkman universe's version of Superman, where he's considered kind of like the top guy, but he's a bit of an egotistical ass.
Like Superman would be in reality.
Well, no, I don't think Superman would be an ass in real life.
Wait, is Superman an ass?
Well, depending on what version of him you get.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, Batman basically has accused him of being stuck up. But the thing is, to me, I think what makes our universe interesting is the fact that these are real life people that have to become heroes, and they're stepping up out, because the thing is, superhero, I love powered superheroes, don't get me wrong, but for Eric and I, we kind of always liked people that are more above human, just basically like just slightly above the human aspect. So they are still super, but they're done. It's done on their own aspect versus, inheriting some sort of power or something like that.
Hey,
Right.
I have I like the fact that I get superpowers every time I put on my green ring. Just saying. Wait. No. Well, correction. My orange ring. Because it's mine, and mine is mine, and mine.
Well, and here's the interesting about Hal Jordan, all the Green
for real,
Lanterns.
though. Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing.
I'm just glad when I open my eyes, I have superpowers.
Here's the interesting thing about Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns. They actually would be considered. They are actually considered human heroes because they don't have what they use they actually use a ring to power themselves.
That's true. So they're kind of like a gadget superhero.
Yeah. They are a gadget superhero.
Yeah, Hal Jordan is no better than Iron Man.
So it's,
Yeah.
is Sporkman is that kind of hero then, or is that explained in the book yet?
Nope, not explained in the book.
Interesting. So up for speculation.
Yeah, so we haven't really delved into his history and all he says is he has the power of the Spork. And he says, a Spork and a Foon, they both have their advantages. So yeah, we haven't. He's definitely he has no superpowers whatsoever. That we know. We have already set that in stone.
Yeah. And Sporkman really has
or he has the most versatile superpowers in that he can be an all-encompassing utensil.
Exactly.
Yeah, see with Sporkman, he kind of has like a weird way of looking at stuff where he'll take stuff the wrong way, and so he kind of comes off a little bit buffoonish to some people, but he's actually a legit superhero, which is the thing. It's kind of like, well, how can someone be such a legit superhero? And then there's other very simple things where it's just they don't get it, And we always thought from the very beginning that what makes Sporkman interesting and what makes him funny is who he believes himself to be and the kind of hero he believes himself to be. It's not the duality of his life. We do explain in Japan what his day job is. But the way we view it as if he could be Sporkman all the time, he would just be Sporkman all the time. He always wants to be that persona, save people. He has that desire to be a hero, and a lot of that is how he succeeds. Is he has confidence that he can do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I will say that he's a fun character to read because of the fact that he does tend to play. He plays it straight to the point where he's funny.
Right.
That's what makes it so funny because he'll do something completely funny, but he's playing it straight the whole time. It's okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go this way. I'm just yeah.
No, it's true. The thing is that's the thing with him. Sporkman, he is straight. Everything about him is who he is. There is no what you see is what you get. He doesn't lie or anything. He is who he. You know what I mean?
He's very real and very honest about it.
Yeah, 100%.
I think too, if you guys appreciate the humor, you're gonna like some of the stuff in Sporkman on the High Seas. Which just to give people a little teaser about that, because a lot of us moving forward and what we do depends on how successful this is, because going forward, we want to do big, we want to have color and all that. A lot of what we do with some of the different issues and some of the storylines we have is they're very much we kind of take a genre or a trope and we play with those tropes, and in some cases they're somewhat self-aware of how ridiculous the tropes actually are. So obviously Goes to Japan is kind of like our homage to a lot of anime stuff, and on the high seas is going to be based with like a lot of water stuff, and the villain in that comes off like a little bit like a Bond villain. There's some of that element in it, and in the future we're actually planning on doing one that is where we decided we're actually going to use the Atlantis in the story. We think it will work better as more of a Indiana Jones type.
Nice.
So, we're taking some of these different genres and just saying, what if Sporkman was in this situation? What if Sporkman was in it? What if Sporkman was in a manga? What if Sporkman, had an Indiana Jones type adventure or something like that? So,
just please God, not Crystal Skull.
No Crystal Skull.
No aliens, huh?
No, we are doing aliens.
Just no Crystal Skull.
Just no Crystal Skull.
That reminds me. Yo, Chuck and Eric, I got something to run by you guys after the stream ends. It's just an idea I had.
Okay.
But I want to talk to you two for just one moment.
Yep.
After the show.
Secrets.
Because I want to make Sporkman. I just want to have more fun with Sporkman. And I want to be able to do something for you guys. So
Awesome.
I have a little something in mind.
See, and there is actually an adventure down the road where the story of Atlantis actually does tie into the our Alien, where Sporkman saves the world. So they actually, there are things that tie into each other.
My favorite, I'll give my favorite tentative title right here. I'm just making this off of the spot, but I remember I heard you guys talking about it. Would be Sporkman Lost in Time.
That was actually one that we considered doing. Sporkman Lost in Time.
Nice.
Like I have that written down with a bunch of titles and synopsis. We were going to do Sporkman Lost in Time, but we think what we may actually do with that is we had some ideas for stuff that we didn't really think would necessarily work as like full-fledged issues, and we had a concept to do 1 or 2 issues that were like an anthology that would be like maybe 3 15-page stories, and they would all be like by different artists and things like that. And that's actually something I would consider that maybe would be okay doing in black and white, but
kind of similar to like the Animatrix or the Batman Gotham Knights.
Nice.
Things like that.
Yep.
And one of them was Sporkman in Sporkman in Time. We were going to have it. He goes back in time and he meets
Sir
the very first Sporkman, Sir Spork-a-lot.
Sir Spork-a-lot. That's pretty awesome.
And we also had an idea for a descendant of his that's kind of like our Batman Beyond. That's Sporkman 4.0. But we were thinking that those stories may work better as part of an anthology.
Yep.
Oh, I could see that.
Because I have an idea for at least 2 more supernatural Halloween kind of themed Sporkman stories that I think would work good in like say one anthology issue, and then another one be the Sporkman in Time ones.
I gotta say this. Neostar Productions just said Sporkman on Dino Island. And Wicked
basically, the movie Dinotopia was Sporkman.
I also came up with another one. Sporkman in basically Sporkman, almost like a Tron type, where Sporkman gets Sporkman in cyberspace.
Nice.
Where we just parody Tron the entire time. Like,
Sporktron.
Sporkatron. Sounds a little bit like.
I mean,
so maybe
who knows? How can we work this in?
No, I think
I had an idea. Now, what if Sporkman, like, what happened to Sporkman, or was there a version of Sporkman during Vietnam, and it was Sporknam instead of Sporkman?
Yeah,
You know,
It smells like sporks in the
Sporkman.
morning.
I'm just saying, because of our veterans, it was this thing that just it connected in my mind. I'm just saying, I'm a nerd.
Now
It's just
I
one of
wanna-
those things. It's a what if scenario. It's
Now
one
I
of
wanna-
those what if scenarios like Stan used to do.
Now I want to
And,
see like a video game with
Uatu was all
all.
up in my Uatu was all up in my mind, and
Hey, guys,
I just said, what if?
hold on, I'll be right back. Okay.
I just want to see a video game with all the different Sporkman iterations, like a fighting game. Like everyone could be their own like version of Spork.
All I gotta say is Detective Spork, just because waving the flag of the character.
Saving Private Sporkman.
But Detective Spork's best fighter. I'm just saying.
He is. He's an excessively skilled at hand-to-hand combat. Like he has more than he needs in hand-to-hand combat. He doesn't need to be this skilled. Like slow your roll, Detective Spork.
Exactly.
Why are you so good?
Like, damn it, Detective Spork.
So many possibilities.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing, with something like Sporkman and I guess you could say the Sporkverse. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. We'll call it the Sporkiverse.
Did you guys have a name for that yet, or have you guys thought about that?
What, the Sporkman universe?
Yeah,
We just
is
call it Sporkman universe. Sometimes it's best not to overthink stuff.
True.
Well, that's
Keep it
and
simple.
maybe that's my problem. I overthink things.
What game are you playing there?
Oh, Sonic. What is it? Sonic All Stars. All Stars Transformed.
Huh, I've
Oh,
never
there
heard
for a
that
minute I thought I was looking at the Batmobile.
one.
Well, especially because you were just playing that DC game earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. It
No,
almost looks
but-
like a Mr. Freeze level, almost,
Oh yeah. No, if I had a better graphics card, you best believe I'd be playing Arkham Knight right now. Oh, you. I may or may not have almost super sweared there just because
Yeah, that's an interesting question. How have you, when you guys are doing Sporkman, how do you balance, when you're writing it, how do you balance out all the elements, knowing that's an all-ages title?
Well, Chuck and I aren't the type of guys to get really edgy or crass with our humor anyway.
Oh, okay.
At least not in public. But so our writing is just kind of naturally all ages, I guess.
Interesting, yeah.
And I think the trickiest thing is making sure you inject enough humor, and you also have plenty of action and stuff, because it could be very easy to go one way or the other, and you just get totally off the wall, ridiculous and like ridiculous and stupid. And I mean that's okay.
Exactly.
That can have its place. And then on the other hand, you could say, oh, we want to make this really, really dark, or we want to have this really cool action scene. But at some point you say, okay, in the middle of that, you have to have something funny to keep with the humor. So, I think that's where the biggest balance for us is trying to make sure we have the right amount of humor and the right amount of action, because we never want to make Sporkman where he slips on a banana peel and the top of his helmet hits the bad guy and knocks him out, and that's how he saves the day.
That's a little too much, right?
Yeah, he's a legit superhero. So we never want to have those accidental sort of things because he's so goofy and clumsy and all that kind of stuff. But we don't want to go in that direction. So
Does slapstick humor not really play a part in Sporkman?
Yeah, and I mean it does. It's definitely there. But it's not like Three Stooges ridiculous. And I think a lot of the humor is more we do have some of those visual gags. but a lot of it is in just the script, the writing and stuff like that, stuff he'll say and things like that.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Well, you know what? The best part about Sporkman, this is what made me fall in love with the character of Sporkman so much, is because I have multiple children. I have children of all ages, right? I have them from 13 to 4, right? And well, they were 3 at the time of finding out about Sporkman, and all of them liked Sporkman, right? I was able to let all of my kids read Sporkman without any fears. I could hand them the book, bing, bang, boom. They're gonna have fun. There's fun pictures. There's fun character, right? So when you're writing your stories, you got to kind of think to yourself, right? And I heard this on good. Yeah, I heard this from an actual industry veteran who's been doing this for a very long time. He's been very successful, right? You want to hit that 4 corners. You want to have that all ages thing that everybody can laugh at, right? And I was able to do that from Sporkman to the Rescue to the very last issue of Sporkman Goes to Japan, right? It's an all ages, all encompassing, and it can go in its different directions if you want to have a little bit more teen, T for teen rating on your comic, where people who are a little bit more educated would be able to understand the comic. Yeah, that's fine. But that's the base of this comic, is that it's in all ages and it's perfect. I just want to jump in there and say that.
No, that's really cool. Yeah, it's coming from
because you can go anywhere from this jumping point.
Yeah, I mean, back
it really does have its.
Back when I did the costume and stuff, kids really liked it. There was a lot of kids that were like, "Oh, my picture taken with Sporkman" and stuff like that. So they definitely respond to the character.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think naturally, I mean, if you look at one reason why, like, why Power Rangers or a lot of the Sentai superheroes are very popular, it resonates with kids. There's something about those characters that it really resonates well with kids. The other thing too is the fact of, I mean, for me, when I read my comic books, I honestly, I'm not a fan of having swearing in them. That's just me. I want my comic books to be, for the most part, I don't mind dark humor. I don't mind like some action or somebody dying. I don't want to be reading the F word all the time. That's just me. You know what I mean? I just prefer to be a little bit more clean. Now I
think there's a line too where, like, you can read something or watch something, and you can get the impression that they're being edgy just for the sake of being edgy.
Yeah.
Like, we can be edgy, therefore we're going to HBO, anything like that. And I think Chuck and I, like, we don't, like I said, like, we never set out to say, oh, we want this to be all ages. Like, I think just kind of we instinctively knew what we kind of wanted as far as like our tone and everything. And the fact that we were doing the comic really in response to people that liked the costume character I did. Who liked the costume character I did? It was adults and kids. It wasn't like I did an edgy superhero and all the adults are like, oh, that's so cool,
Mm-hmm.
So we were really making a product in response to, an all age demographic that liked it.
Yep.
It was one of those...
this is one of the things I was just thinking is, you could really see the crossover between, say, something like Earthworm Jim meets Sporkman.
Mute.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, like what a lot of people have compared it to is they said, like, the Tick. It has a little bit of that feel to it.
Spoon!
Yeah, it's so funny that he yells spoon, and I'm like, you know what? I could totally see a Tick Sporkman crossover.
Yeah.
And also,
oh yeah, really?
We have a Jim Healis in chat.
Jim.
What's up, Jim?
Hello, Jim Healis.
Happy late birthday. I kind of meant to message it to you, but it's been a busy couple days.
Yeah, did you guys go back Blue Mamba? Blue Mamba. That was a hell of a good comic. I hope you guys got it when you had the chance. Oof.
Very good
If you missed out, oh man. Clarissa.
If you missed out,
you guys can't see that the gif of me doing the
all I gotta
kiss
say
my
is,
fingers.
if you missed out, Charles the Cat is unhappy with you. My cat's like,
well, I don't even know who that is. So
my literal cat. I even brought him up to the camera.
Your cat can be as unhappy with me. I'm a dog person. I'm sorry, but I'm a dog person. Why is comics got so many cat people? What's up with that?
I'm a cat person.
I'm a cat person too.
I know you guys are all cat people.
Actually, I'm all animal.
Everybody I'm on the stream with, Wicked. Are you a cat or dog person?
Both.
Thank you.
Well, that's okay. You can love both. They're both delicious. I'm a ninja. We'll eat both. I don't mind.
Right?
You're not picky.
All I'm gonna say is, when you have an apocalyptic situation, food is food, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't make. I gotta make
I'm just messing with you guys. I love animals. I'm just messing with you guys. I do love animals. I wouldn't be mean to any cats. My mom has a ton of cats now, and they're about to have more cats. So maybe I'll be auctioning off a kitten. Who knows? Perhaps I will be auctioning off a kitten to a good home.
Hey Chuck, maybe that's what we need to do
in the
for our
tri-state area.
What?
Chuck, that's what we need to do for our campaign. We give away kittens.
Now you're onto something.
If you're in the tri-state area,
at the $100
you will be available.
Free kitten.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. But it has to be in the tri-state area.
People are giving away kittens all the time for free. All we do is say, yes, we will take the entire litter, and then we run the campaign based on those kittens.
Dude.
You gotta think outside the litter box, guys.
No, dude, yes.
That is funny. I will give you credit. That is funny. Even Charles the Cat is laughing. He's like, really human. Will you stop doing that? I'm comfortable.
I see you looking at me with dollar signs in your eyes.
Just saying.
Hey, you still got me on. You still got screen sharing on me.
No. Oh wait.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Chuck, you're still screen sharing the Indiegogo.
No. Yeah. It's on everybody. It's on my end. It's just you're still screen sharing the Indiegogo.
There you go. Spork returns.
Get it right. It is
Jim Healis says he's a dog person.
and Mecca says nerds.
Yeah, we're nerds. We are nerds.
And that's
I can't deny that. And I'm not gonna argue.
And that's a problem.
Yes, I remember that remark.
Says one of the biggest nerds around.
Well, yeah.
Takes one to know one.
Hey, well, here's the thing. Interesting thing. Spork is a cat person.
Yeah, I knew it.
He is, however, not a Moki Pond person.
Yeah, yep, that's for sure. They don't like him.
No. It's because he's wearing a hat. Cats don't like beards or hats.
No,
so that's why my ma's cats don't care for me.
The thing is, oops. The thing is, though, Spork protects the kitties. They got to be protected. He protects all creatures.
Small.
Yeah, I agree. Large. Yeah.
He protects all creatures, though. Even though he's primarily a cat person, he still protects all creatures, big and small.
Except for giant crabs.
Yeah.
Yes.
That,
yes.
Well,
Yes,
okay.
those giant crabs.
Yeah, well, you know,
they're radioactive.
Can you
so-
imagine? Can you imagine the amount of people fed by that giant crab?
Oh, nice.
we
Yeah.
don't, but we don't kill them.
Oh, darn.
Hey, look, Sporkman was already like, anyone got any butter? I mean, he was all for it.
He looked like he was about to dive in there, you know? Oh, that's awesome.
I still say though that giant crab is just hilarious for one simple reason. How did y'all come up with that? Because that is just a silly idea, but at the same time, I think it's been. It reminds me a lot of the It Came from Outer Space. I think is the name of the movie.
Well, it's actually based off of Godzilla. So the fact of with Japan always having radioactive creatures and stuff like that with kaiju and stuff like that, we decided.
Fukushima didn't make that any better.
We knew we needed it in there because we had almost like a checklist of, okay, what anime tropes do we want to have, and we knew we had like robots, we had giant mechs, we had speed lines, we had Pokemon type creatures, the Mokipons.
And what else is Japan known for? Kaiju.
Kaiju. We're like, we have to have a kaiju, but the thing is that it didn't fit in the main storyline with what everything we were doing with Shogun Z, and we said, well, okay, look, he's over there on this exchange program, so he's going to be doing other things than what's involved in the main storyline. So that was kind of like our little side diversion that we did.
And it worked, dude. It worked. It was definitely comical. I will not try to say it wasn't.
That is still my favorite cover though out of all of them, because I love him battling that kaiju.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because I don't know if you guys have been on the Wicked Twitter page recently, but I actually swapped it out from the conventions to that image, and man, that image looks so cool. It's like a zoomed in version, and the art is so crisp and clean, and it just looks awesome. It's like really epic.
And speaking of that, of our artist, I actually do you guys know who Saifong is? The guy who's on Twitter who has the leopard creature.
Not sure.
Yeah,
what was it?
I guess none of us do, but you.
Okay. So Saifong is somebody who
Saifong. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I actually introduced him to Gifney and him. So they are talking and doing some stuff over there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome, yeah.
So, yeah. And so I'm looking forward to. I really hope him, and I really hope he has really good luck. And I told him, I said, we had good luck with Gifney. I definitely want to. I think when we do returns to Japan, I think we'll probably do Gifney again.
Nice. Returns to Japan. Yeah, look forward to.
Yeah, well, and I don't know if we haven't really decided who's going to be the artist for the next one. I think Eric, you and I were talking about maybe trying somebody else.
Shout outs to Rumble Terrier who just showed up in the chat.
Rumble,
sweet little cute terrier. Belly scratches for Rumble. See, I was a dog person. He showed up.
All right.
Puppy dog show.
And don't forget, Tuesday when Slick Jimmy does his next Cheesecake Factory.
That's right.
The
I'm going to be there.
Rumble is part of the theme.
Yep.
What's the theme? Does anyone remember the theme for this week off the top of their heads?
It is lingerie, lazing in lingerie, and it has to be featuring Rumble Terrier. I've got something so sexy in mind, and Rumble's going to be so happy. Just you wait. I guess it's first come, first serve for anybody who is in Slick Jimmy's
circle
cheesecake challenge circle there. I just so happen to be one of the artists available for Slick Jimmy's cheesecake challenge. What's that now?
I said, too bad you guys do that late at nighttime. I'd sit there and watch it, but yeah.
I know. Well, you're going to have to catch it. You can always catch it afterward.
Yeah.
I mean, since you're not really drawing along, you can just watch it on your leisure and you can see all the fantastic art that's going down. And maybe, just maybe, you can submit Natsume for the cheesecake challenge if you so feel inclined.
Maybe
I'll extend that because as a friend of Slick Jimmy, as somebody who's known Slick for a little while now, I can say that he's one of my good friends.
I may have to talk to him.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, and any of the female characters that are on Wicked Publishing, I'll extend that invitation to you as well.
Thank you very much.
You know, if you want to have a female featured on the Cheesecake Challenge, maybe you could, drop me a line and say, "Hey, ask Slick if he wants to run this on the Cheesecake Challenge." Yes, that's right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All about
Neo Star
that
just
cheesecake.
says Natsume in lingerie.
Like I said, they have a beautiful Natsume.
Hey, I'm waiting for the day somebody comes back to say Natsume is their waifu, and then I'll be like, ah.
Hey, I am willing to stoop to that level where if like someone came along and said, "Hey, we want to buy the licensing rights to make a wafu pillow Natsume," I'd be like, "Bring it on!"
Yeah, definitely. If any of that page I saw earlier is to judge on it, it definitely would be good.
Rumble, I'll see what I can do. Since I already know what Natsume looks like and I know what Rumble looks like, maybe I'll have to do that on Tuesday evening.
Hey,
it's going to be 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
Hey,
that would be midnight
Ninja
Eastern Standard.
Question for you: if we did that, do you think we could auction that off in the campaign? The funds would go to the campaign.
Well, this is the problem: is because I mostly do digital. I would have to rig up a camera to do traditional to make it an actual physical piece. Now, anybody who wants, I can go and take that, and I'll get a piece of Bristol, and I'll print it out for them if they really want that. All right, you guys want me to do that? I will go in and have it printed out, but it's going to be a one-time thing.
Yep.
And this will be the only print that ever is made.
So don't get any ideas, people out there.
You guys want to do that?
I think we should do that. Offer it for the campaign. You know, whatever. Let's auction it off.
That's what you want.
Yeah. And the
money
goes
worth it. Yeah.
Well, that's a really good cross promotion as well.
Yeah.
This is Slick Jimmy's Cheesecake Challenge. And I guess I'll put this out there now on Tuesday evening, this coming Tuesday. It will be midnight Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on the U.S. here. You're going to have Slick Jimmy Speaks YouTube channel. Slick Jimmy Love on Twitter is going to be having another show. He just did his first one. It was Honeys and Hellscapes. And this coming week is going to be Lounging in Lingerie, featuring Rumble Terrier. And so I'm going to be doing Natsume featuring Rumble Terrier, which will apparently be featured as a one-time only print version. It'll probably be on a 11 by 17 print Bristol board piece that will be one time only, auctioned off for Sporkman here. So that's what's going to be happening. And if you guys want me to reach out to Jimmy for any female character for the Cheesecake Challenge, you let me know and I'll run it by Slick.
Well, I'll definitely reach out to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Here, I'll put us.
Yeah, there's plenty of Wicked characters that would be a good fit for that.
Well, you'd have you know who would be awesome for that would be Adobe Kroger.
Nice. Adobe and Alphia too.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Hold on here. I'm gonna link that.
Yeah, one of the things I love is this cross promotion that we get to do. Oh my gosh, this is something fantastic. Have you guys been able to check out Wanpool lately? Because that's running out of time. We're running out. We're at like I don't know, maybe,
$81.
We need $81. Can we please somehow manage to get Wanpool to that stretch goal? Because we're only $81. That seems like if I had $81 right now,
That's two backers.
$81.
Two backers. That's all we need. Two backers at the $45 level would put them over.
Wow, Jesus, so close.
Yep.
I backed a while back, so I unfortunately can't get in there.
And may I say, the best thing about Wanpool is, like we were saying earlier, is it really is a character that comes from the heart, and it shows in the final product. It has inspired so many who don't just follow, like mainstream comics, but follow the indies and whatnot. It's like, it's so good, and like I generally catch myself every time I go to check the IGG watching the video that they have on there, just because of the fact that it's so full of heart. Like, does that make sense? Like, you can't help but be like, oh, I want this to succeed, and I want it to go far, and I want Troy to be like, see, I got a hit, bitch. Be happy. Be happy for me.
I think he's already done it,
Oh, yeah, he has.
Oh, Wanpool. But we want those stretch goals is what it is. I want those big stretch goals. I want to get those buttons. I want to see those in people's hands.
Yeah, no, that is true. Yeah. Did they
I
get
just
the
dropped the link
there?
for Wanpool right now for his Indiegogo. Oh, look, somebody, yeah. Here we go. I just dropped the link. If anybody can go and back that, please do, because it is a phenomenal thing. And not just that, but you're helping an actual independent comics creator.
Yep.
Who, we want to get him out of his, we want to get him into an actual house instead of living in a van down by the river.
Yeah, that would be good.
Mr. Marvel, I'm sorry, Mr. Marvel. If you get mad at me, you can bitch at me all you want on Twitter. But we want to get you out of that van down by the river and into an actual apartment. We know you've been busting your balls. You're busting it every single day out there, working hard. He is a single dad like myself, but he is doing even more than I am in the comics community to make it. So go support Troy Torres out there and show him some love and back Wanpool right now.
And,
become part of the army of Want and show some love.
I just posted a picture for the stickers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I was gonna say that I posted a picture, a link in the YouTube for the stickers, and those are actually Revenger stickers that are going to be included with the Wanpool and Yogo. So that's awesome.
And it's really cool. It's actually Wicked. You guys are publishing something that he is doing with
Troy. Yeah. That's so cool, and we were so excited to be able to publish something that he's worked on. He's such a legend among our community already.
And you guys now have the Wicked channel, has a wrench.
Yeah, we have the Wicked YouTube channel, and we have our podcast on there, and we have some other stuff on there as well.
All for one and one for pool. Yep.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to.
I want to go swimming.
Okay. All right, Eric. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be ending soon too here myself.
Eric, yeah.
Well, I figured at most we'd go about another 30 minutes and then call it.
Well, real quick, before you go, I just wanted to say, I love that there's a Sporkman sticker in the Wanpool thing. I think that's so fun.
Well, yeah, that's because we are the leader of the defective leader of the Revengers.
Right? I mean, that's perfect. That's so epic.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
yeah, we love some Avengers. I can't wait for it all to culminate and we finally get our Avengers storyline somewhere.
Well, speak,
I'm not sure.
Dust Cool team's asking about the magazine. It's like, yeah, what is up with that? Like, any updates or anything like that?
Ooh, yeah.
Because I do. I think it was Jack Irons who pitched the Wicked Warlock as the title.
what's it now? Wicked Warlock? Oh yeah, someone did say something about that, didn't they?
Yeah,
the Wicked Warlock for your.
Oh, that's right. So as an alternative title for the magazine,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
that's interesting.
Also,
definitely something to think about.
Yeah, Dustquill also asked, did you get his email?
I have, and I am sorry I've been swamped answering emails, but I will be getting back to you hopefully tonight on that. But yes, and actually, one thing he was talking to me about the magazine and some different ideas he had for it and whatnot, and so I'm going to be reaching out to a few people to kind of get the team going. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this magazine. We've got a couple people on. Someone is going to be doing. I'm going to got a couple people doing news and reviews, and hopefully they'll be able to make some announcements about that soon as to who will be doing that. I think you guys are going to be really excited to hear who have gotten in the works. But then we've got comics. We got a couple guys doing comics. Matt's going to be doing some stuff with us, Matt Trin.
Nice.
And we just announced today Cody's going to be writing articles for us. So definitely looking forward to starting out.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of my heart that's missing Wizard magazine, and if you guys could fill that void, I mean, I would not at all mind. In fact,
Really?
it would be a blessing to me for
Wow.
you guys to fill that. And I think there is a market that really in their hearts misses having that, and I'm not just saying that you guys would feature just Wicked stuff, but you probably would feature a bunch of independent comic stuff, right?
Yeah, we want to have a lot of range of different authors and writers and featuring other people who aren't necessarily publishing stuff with us, and we're gonna have previews as well.
Let me ask you this real quick before you go too far. Do you think that you would be interested in getting involved with Pixel Trader and maybe doing a dual promotion with what he's working on to promote independent comics? Because you guys are amazing with the independent comics, and I just have to say the print quality that you guys are producing is freaking phenomenal, dude.
Well, thank you.
My God, whatever printers you managed to get, dude, those are some fantastic printers, dude.
Thank you, I appreciate
that. I got my
yeah.
Jack Irons, and I was like, oh my God, this is like the best print quality I've received.
Did you order your Wicked version of Spork?
Yeah, that's out there on the store.
I did not get a chance just yet, but I can only imagine. Well, I've got every single issue of Sporkman.
Yeah, but you don't have
signed.
Hold on.
I don't have them produced. I don't have the Wicked. I don't have the Wicked logo on the back just yet.
Hold
Give
on.
me a second. Give me a second. I will have them.
Hey, Ninja.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get them.
Ninja, here's a question: are any of your conventions colored?
Yeah. Rub it in my face. Yeah, show it. Yeah. Okay, Neo can rub it in my face too because he's got a colored copy of Conventions, which I don't have. But you know what, Neo?
Right now.
Do you have a signed copy of Conventions?
I'll probably get it signed eventually.
I'm cheating though because
I
live
say
near
the color looks.
That's cheating.
The color looks awesome in Conventions.
Yep.
It looks really, really nice.
Yep, JW did our colors. So yeah, I got to check with Neo and see if Neo got his copy. Because I sent Neo, I don't know if he's back yet or not. I sent him a colored copy of Conventions for being a Patreon member.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah. No,
Phenomenal print job.
What's that?
Phenomenal
Sorry, go ahead.
print jobs over at Wicked.
Mm.
Phenomenal.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we really were lucked out and were able to find a small little independent printer, and we've been able to kind of cultivate a good relationship with them, and it worked out really well.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we're
Proud of you. I'm proud
really
of you.
excited. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been
I'm
a
really
learning
looking
experience.
forward to that 3D printing thing because what you posted, it looks amazing, dude.
Well, you know,
Amazing.
Well,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, guys, I have got to wrap it up. I'm
okay.
I'm feeling like really ugh.
Oh,
not
no.
a problem. Not a problem.
I'll hit you up later.
Okay.
Well,
we got
Sporkman
we got
coming
tomorrow,
out, man.
Ninja. So before I head out here, we will be doing the Indiegogo campaign on the first Monday. We had a couple things come up. We're waiting for the cover for Brad to finish the cover up. So hopefully he'll finish that up over the weekend, so that way we can get that done for Monday for our launch. That is confirmed. I'm not pushing it back anymore. So, but yeah, I'm looking for you guys everybody to back us. Hopefully I'll be able to be on some other streams. I can show you some other stuff coming through here, as we go through here. So anyhow, yeah. And you guys can follow me on Sporkman Studios at YouTube and on Twitter. So,
that is correct, sir.
Hey, much love, bro.
Much love to everybody.
Thanks for talking Spork with us, man.
Yep. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So
That's awesome.
So, all right, guys.
Well,
Good night. Appreciate it.
Later, Chuck. And I guess we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up then. How does that sound?
Sure. I appreciate you having me on, guys.
Oh, dude, anytime. Like, especially being the fact that, like I said, this is the weekend of the Spork, and,
True. So what else is going down for Spork this weekend? Are there more streams going on?
I always have my usual meeting of the minds, which is Saturday.
Nice, okay.
At 5 Central. And we're also going to be having Matt Trin on there as well to talk about the Mythoverse and everything. But
very cool.
Yes, it's one of those. Just because it's the weekend of the Spork doesn't mean we can't help Matt out, because his is also going live on the 1st as well. And Matt has been a longtime member of the Meeting of the Minds crew, so definitely got to have him on.
Perfect. Yes. Well, yeah, I'd love to be there if you have any open spots. So just let me know.
I'll send you the link. Expect it about 4:30, because I normally send them out about 30 minutes early.
Sure.
All right?
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Yeah.
Word.
Awesome.
Real quick, let people know where to find you.
Okay, well, if you guys want, you guys can find me on my personal Twitter at nubguy, or if you guys want to follow my partner, it's Matt_B_Sulos. And then you can also follow us on Wicked at Wicked Publishing on Twitter as well, where we post. That's primarily where we post most of our news and information updates and stuff, as well as you can find our website and our online store. So yeah, definitely follow us there, and you can get a lot of good stuff.
Alrighty, Ninja, you're up.
All right, I am your friendly neighborhood ninja on YouTube. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you can @ me on I am your ninja friend. You guys just hit me up if you need anything, or you just need to chat for something or other, advice, or just want to talk. I'll do my best to get back to you. And we're working on some amazing Sporkman stuff, and I do have some other comic projects in the works for you. We're going to be bringing some stuff from Science Wizard Comics, such as Wanpool is the first of many amazing titles that's going to be available. And yeah, I just have to say I'm very proud of the hard work that a lot of us have been doing. Like, for instance, Wicked. You guys have done a fantastic job. Bob Jones, you're doing a great job out here to promote independent comics, and I'm proud of every one of you. And you guys that showed up in the chat, Mecca, Neo, Jim Heelis. I mean, Humble Marty, Gorgonite Emissary. You guys, thanks so much, Skinny Ninja, everybody who showed up. I
Don't forget
mean,
Rumble.
there's Rumble Terrier. Yes, you're going to be so happy once this cheesecake challenge happens. Slick Jimmy, much love to everybody out there. Yeah, just do your best to support these independent comics, whatever you can do, because
Exactly.
it's about supporting each other and the camaraderie that I'm just so proud and happy to be a part of this. Thank you guys so much. Back to you, Bob.
All right.
It really
you
is
know-
an incredible community, you know.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
It really is.
That's one of the things that shows that just because the big four have decided to nosedive and give their middle finger to all the fans and basically say, we don't care about you, we care about, a bunch of virtue signaling woke assholes who don't care about the fans at all. At least the indie community is like, yeah, no, we care about fans. We want you reading it to go straight, Bob Jones. We want you reading good soy-free, reticuloid-free comics.
Exactly.
Right. Social justice ruins lives. Change my mind.
But and you know what? I will I'll give my closing pitch in the old-timey radio announcer voice. So, dear listener, you can always find me out there on the interwebs at Brainiac420 on Twitter, at Bob Jones Comic Wars at Instagram, TikTok, BitChute, and many more.
You said TikTok.
That's literally my tag on TikTok, because TikTok's amazing. It's hilarious. So what can I say, man? Meme culture. And
I love you, dude. You're gonna make me go subscribe to TikTok now. Damn it.
dude, I haven't been on it much lately because I haven't had the time to really sit down, not just watch videos, but really make them. But man, like, you want to talk about something that'll eat your time away, get on TikTok. All I gotta say is,
I'm just gonna go watch PewDiePie.
right? But all I gotta say is,
don't forget to subscribe to PewDiePie.
Yes, subscribe to PewDiePie. Do it. Do it now. Do it now. Fuck T-Series.
Right now.
Exactly. We don't want no corporate whores around here. And we all about the little guy and the self-made man. I'm just saying.
Start tagging PewDiePie in whatever art I post.
Right. Yes, we must reclaim the victory from T-Gay. Yes. But alrighty, folks. And with that, we will let y'all have a good night.
Take care.
Later.